Good morning, students. Welcome to my class. In the previous class, we have completed the chapter probability, and I have given so many problems to you and explained also. But there are few sums left in this chapter which you can find on the exam paper. Today I am going to discuss about those problems. So here the first problem, it says that a child has a die, and on the die, instead of numbers as we are used to see, some alphabets are marked on the faces: A, B, C, D, E and A. There are 6 faces, and on those faces these alphabets are marked. Now if the die is rolled, what is the probability of getting A? So how many favorable outcomes are there? There are 2 favorable outcomes. And total outcomes is 6. Therefore, the probability of getting A, PE, is equals to 2 upon 6, that is 1 upon 3. This is the answer. This was the second question. First question. The second one, what is the probability of getting D? So there is only one D, and total outcomes equals to 6. Therefore, probability of getting D is 1 upon 6. Maybe the question will come also like what is the probability of getting a vowel? So how many vowels are there? See, A, E, A. There are 3 vowels. Therefore, in this case, the favorable outcomes equals to 3 and total is 6. Therefore, PE is equals to 3 upon 6, that is 1 upon 2. This is the answer. Understood? Now, next question. There is a rectangular region, and inside the rectangle there is a circle. The rectangular region whose length is 3 meter, the length is 3 meter and the width is 2 meter, and inside the rectangular region there is a circle of diameter 1 meter. A die is dropped on the rectangular region. What is the probability that the die will land inside the circular region? Therefore, it is very easy question also, because see, our circle region is there, means we have to calculate the area of the circle, and since the circle is lying inside the rectangle, we have to calculate the area of the rectangle, and then probability of the die to land on the circular region will be area of the circle upon area of the rectangle. So radius R is equals to 1 upon 2 meter. Area of circle pi r square, that is 22 upon 7 into 1 square, 22 upon 7 into 1 by 4. So it is 11 upon 14 meter square. This is the area of the circle and area of rectangle. Equals to length into breadth, that is 3 into 2 meter square or 6 meter square. Now what is the probability then? Probability of the die to land on the circular region is equals to area of circle, that is 11 by 14, and divided by area of the rectangle, that is 6, or we can say 11 upon 14 into 1 upon 6, that is 11 upon 84 meters. Sorry, this is probability. So answer is 11 upon 84. Understood? So this is uncommon question. It was not there in our exercise till class 9 and in the first part of the question, first part of the exercise. So this type of question may also come. Okay. Now going to some more little bit critical sums. What is the probability of getting 53 Sundays in a non-leap year and in a leap year? There are 365 days, which contains 52 weeks and one additional day. Now see that 365 when divided by 7 means weekdays. So a week contains 7 days. So if 365 is divided by 7, then we are getting 52 complete weeks and one extra day. Now if there is one extra day, then this extra day can be any day of the week. Like it can be Monday, it can be Tuesday, it can be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday or Sunday. After the 7 days of the week, it can be any day. So what are the total outcomes? Our total outcomes equals to 7. That is, it can be Sunday, it can be Monday, Tuesday, it can be Thursday, it can be Friday, it can be Saturday, and it can be, it can be Wednesday, it can be Thursday, it can be Friday, or it can be Saturday. Since there are 7 days in a week, so this additional day, 1 day extra, can be any day of the week. Therefore, our total outcome is 7. And we want Sunday. So how many Sundays are there? Only one Sunday. That is, our favorable outcome is 1. Favorable outcomes equals to 1. That is the Sunday. Therefore, the probability that this day will be a Sunday is equals to 1 upon 7. Once more, let me explain the question. In a year, there are 52 weeks, so 52 Sundays will obviously come. It is certain. 52 Sundays will come. And in a year, 52 weeks are there, plus one extra day is also there. Just see this division. 52 into 7 equals to 364. So 52 Sundays are certain to come, and the one day which is left, it can be any day of the week. It can be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So our total outcome is 7, and since we want Sunday, therefore this additional day can be Sunday. We have only one favorable outcome, only Sunday of the week. Therefore our favorable outcome is 1. So the probability for this question is 1 upon 7. Understood? Now the second part. In a leap year, we know there are 366 days. So if we divide these 366 days by 7, we will have 50 complete weeks plus 2 additional days. I mean 72 into 52 into 7, that gives 364. So 364 days plus 2 additional days. Means 52 complete weeks means 52 Sundays will obviously come. It is certain that 52 Sundays will come. Now these 2 additional days can be any 2 day of the week. Like it can be Sunday, Monday. It can be Monday, Tuesday. It can be Tuesday, Wednesday. It can be Wednesday, Thursday. It can be Thursday, Friday. It can be Friday, Saturday. It can be Saturday, Sunday. That means these 2 additional days can be Sunday, Monday, that is Sunday and Monday, Monday and Tuesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, Wednesday and Thursday, Thursday and Friday, Friday and Saturday, Saturday and Sunday. Therefore our total outcomes equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and favorable outcomes. See here, we want Sundays. So there are 2 cases where we are having Sunday. This is the one and this is the one. There are 2 cases where we will get Sunday. Either it will be Sunday, Monday, these 2 additional days will be Sunday and Monday, or it will be Saturday and Sunday. Therefore our favorable outcome is 2. Hence the probability of getting a Sundays in a leap year is 2 upon 7. This is the answer. Understood? Little bit critical it was. A bag contains 5 red balls and some blue balls. If the probability of drawing a blue ball is double that of red ball, determine the number of blue balls in the bag. So bag contains 5 red balls and some blue balls. We have to find the number of blue balls. Now let us take the number of blue balls equals to x, and number of red ball is 5, it is given. Therefore total number of balls equals to x plus 5. Now what is the probability of drawing a red ball? So our favorable outcomes of having red ball is 5. Then probability of drawing red balls is 5 upon 5 plus x or x plus 5. Same thing. But generally we used to write the variable first, x plus 5. This is the probability of drawing red ball because there are 5 red balls and total number of ball is x plus 5. So favorable outcome is 5 and total outcome is x plus 5. And what is the probability of drawing blue ball? How many blue balls are there? Number of blue balls equals to x. So favorable outcome is x. and total outcome is x plus 5. Now what is the condition of the question? The condition says the probability of drawing the blue ball is double that of red ball. The probability of blue ball is double than that of the red ball. So we can say, according to the question, probability of blue is double the probability of red, according to the question. Now let us solve this. So probability of blue is x upon x plus 5 and probability of red is 5 upon x plus 5. So if we compare both the sides, let me do one more step. So x upon x plus 5 is equals to 10 upon x plus 5. So if we compare both the side, that is LHS and RHS, you can see both the denominator is having x plus 5. So by comparing the LHS and RHS, we can write x equals to 10 here. X equals to 10. That is, the number of blue balls is equals to 10. Understood? Okay. The next question, and it is a little bit critical. Two customers, Syam and Ekta, are visiting a particular shop in the same week, from Tuesday to Saturday. They are visiting the week from Tuesday to Saturday. They are not visiting on Sunday and Monday. So each is equally likely to visit the shop on any day as on another day. Now what is the probability that both will visit the shop on the same day? The question number 1, on the same day. Question number 2, consecutive days. Question number 3, different days. So first of all, we have to find all the outcomes, that is the sample spaces. Sam and Ekta are two customers. They are visiting the shop from Tuesday to Saturday. From Tuesday to Saturday. They are not visiting on Sunday and Monday. Now, what are the outcomes? Suppose Sam is visiting on Tuesday and Ekta is also visiting on Tuesday. Or Sam is visiting on Tuesday and Ekta is visiting on Wednesday. Sam is visiting on Tuesday and Ekta is visiting on Thursday. TH for Thursday. Sam is visiting on Tuesday and Ekta is visiting on Friday. Similarly, Sam is visiting on Tuesday and Ekta is visiting on Saturday. Up to Saturday we have to calculate. Now, in the second situation, Sam is visiting on Wednesday and Ekta is visiting on Tuesday. Both Sam and Ekta are visiting on Wednesday. Sam on Wednesday, Ekta on Thursday. Sam on Wednesday, Ekta on Friday. Sam on Wednesday, Ekta on Saturday. Or Sam is visiting on Thursday, Ekta on Tuesday. Thursday, Wednesday. Thursday, Thursday. Thursday, Friday. Thursday, Saturday. Or Friday, Tuesday. Friday, Wednesday. Friday, Thursday. Friday, Saturday. Or Sam is visiting on Saturday, Ekta Tuesday. Saturday, Wednesday. Saturday, Thursday. Saturday, Friday. And Saturday. So these are all the outcomes. Therefore, we can see there are how many outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 25 total outcomes. So all possible outcomes equals to 25. What is the first question? The first question says, what is the probability that both will visit the shop on the same day? Now quickly go through the outcomes. These are all the possible outcomes. The first question is, what is the probability that they will visit the shop on the same day? So how many cases of same days are there? This one, Tuesday, they can visit on Wednesday, they can visit on Thursday, they can visit on Friday, and they can visit on Saturday. Therefore, what is the favorable outcomes? The favorable outcome is 5. And what is the total outcome? 25. So the answer is 1/5, the first one. The second question. What is the probability that they will visit the shop on the consecutive days? Means if one is visiting on Tuesday, then the other one will visit on Wednesday. Or if one is visiting on Wednesday, then the other will visit on Thursday. Okay, now let us first find where are the possible outcomes are there. Consecutive days. So this one is the first one. Consecutive days, Tuesday and Wednesday. Here, Wednesday and Tuesday. This is also consecutive days. Wednesday, Tuesday. Then Wednesday, Thursday. And this is Thursday, Wednesday. Or Thursday, Friday. Friday, Thursday. Or Friday, Saturday. And Saturday, Friday. How many cases? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cases are there. Therefore, favorable outcome is 8 and total outcomes 25. This is the answer. Consecutive days means either it is Wednesday, Thursday, or it will be Thursday, Wednesday. Anything. We can take both the cases. Tuesday, Wednesday I am taking. I can take Wednesday, Tuesday also. Wednesday, Thursday I am taking. So I can take Thursday, Wednesday also. Thursday, Friday I am taking consecutive days. So I can take Friday, Thursday also. I have to take both the days because they are consecutive days. Therefore, the total favorable outcome is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cases favorable. So probability is 8/25. The last question, on different days. On different days means we cannot take same days. So total outcome is 25. So 25 minus 5, that is 20. So the favorable outcomes for different days is 20 because 25 total cases are there, 25 outcomes. Out of 25 outcomes, 5 are having same days. So these are not favorable. Therefore, favorable outcome is 25 minus 5. We have to exclude these 5 outcomes. 25 minus 5 is 20. Therefore, the probability of having different days, they will visit the shop on different days, is equals to 20/25. By simplification, we will get 4/5. Understood? Favorable outcome is 20, total outcome is 25. So 4/5. Hope you have understood the sum. It was a little bit critical because we cannot take Saturday, Sunday and Monday. So when it is a case of consecutive days, we cannot jump from Saturday to Tuesday because there are 2 more days in between and they are not visiting the shop. Therefore, we cannot take that We have to take only the day before and day after. Understood? So that's all for today. That's all for the chapter also. Hope you have understood now better. So next I shall start another chapter. Till then, goodbye. Meet you in the next class. Have a nice day.